This right here, it looks whimsical. I love it. I love how casual it is. This is once again one of those things. I already see you saying in chat, it's gonna be good, mark my words. That's the thing. Like, every single time I see from this show, like, I see the actual show, I'm just like, you got it. Like, you got it down. Everything here, everything's good. Kiyoshi, incredible. Looks badass. All these shots, I mean, we've talked about them before, look great. It's just those interviews that are scary to me. All of this is great. Like, look at how much, look at Aang. Dude is just smiling ear to ear. He's very, very happy. This is that childlike wonder that, like, I was worried about that they were going to remove. But no.
I have to do this.
This, I'm pretty sure, is Kyoshi Island, right? Or is it? Yeah, I think this is Kyoshi Island. Trailer showing only the good parts? I know that. And the thing is, you need to know what the good parts are in order to put them in the trailer. You see? It means they know what we want to see. Meaning they know what the good parts are. Meaning they know how to make the good parts. You see? So, even if this trailer is, like, extremely good, it still indicates that they know what the good stuff is. You know? Let's watch the behind the scenes stuff, because I know this has a lot more. Full disclosure, I've seen the clip of Iroh turning to Zuko and just saying, "So no plan." I saw that, and it's glorious. I love it.
I don't know where this will all lead, but the one thing I do know is I'm the Avatar.
The story of Avatar is an epic fantasy set in a world inspired by Asian folklore and legend.
Yes.
And the people of this world can manipulate the 4 classic elements in a process called bending.
There are 4 nations.
Hey, yo!
Bending.
This is, like, this is Omega precise earthbending. Look at this dude. Because this isn't Big Boulder go boom boom. This dude is like doing little shards. Goddamn.
There are 4 nations: the Air Nomads, the Fire Nation, the Earth Kingdom, and the Water.
Look at that. Well, I know what's going to be my wallpaper for a while.
Earth Kingdom and the Water Tribe.
The 4 nations used to live in harmony, but everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Oh, she said the thing!
Led us to the brink of bringing the entire world under one rule. Our rule.
Innocent people are gonna die.
That's what it means to fight a war.
And the only person that could stop them is the Avatar.
Where is the Avatar?
The Avatar, if you've seen him around, he's the little bald kid with the arrow.
Me. The one person who can master all 4 elements.
And it's his responsibility to stop the Fire Nation from conquering the world.
Because of everything that the world has gone through, Aang is just a beacon of hope. If the world is gonna have any chance, it's gonna need Aang.
Right. There goes the savior of the world.
The cast looks
I
like
love that
they
scene
pulled
so
them
much.
straight out of the original.
My name's Gordon Cormy, and I'm gonna be playing Aang. He's a fun-loving 12-year-old who has responsibility.
There it is. There it is. Yes, everyone was indeed overreacting. He's very much spelled out. A fun-loving 12-year-old with a responsibility. It's not like Aang is gonna become Jon Snow. No.
Responsibility that he doesn't really want. How am I supposed to figure out how to save the world?
But imagine what'll happen if you don't even try. My name is Galandio, and I play Katara. She's a beginner waterbender, and she will fight to the ends of the earth for the people that she cares about. We do have a duty, and it's to protect Aang.
My name is Ian Owsley, and I will be playing Gran Gran.
Why is that funny to me?
I'm playing Sokka. He's given this responsibility by his father to protect his village, and...
Oh, is this the volume? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know.
And he learns that you don't have to be a warrior to be a hero.
I am Prince Zuko. I'll burn this place to the ground. My name is Dallas Liu, and I am playing...
Well, that feels majestic.
Ground.
Okay.
My name is Dallas Liu, and I am playing Zuko. He is on the search for the Avatar.
You're an enemy of the Fire Nation.
He is just
Wait,
trying
what is this?
the Avatar.
You're an
Where is this?
enemy.
Yeah, I think that this must be Omashu, right? That's the only place where it could be. Okay. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because I think what they're going to go for is like this constant crossing paths of sort of the A plot and the B plot. This will be interesting.
Fire Nation.
He is just trying to fight for his father's attention and his approval. But his uncle, he's the only person that stuck by his side.
My name is Paul Sung-hyung Lee, and I played Uncle Iroh on the show.
He looks so good. Look at it. Yeah, I'm glad the beard and the hair all look like much better. In the first pictures, they really did look like kind of like a 3D model, you know, like kind of just slotted onto his face. Here they look really good.
He is a very complex character. He treats Zuko like his son. Have you got a plan yet?
The plan is to go in and capture the Avatar once and for all.
So no plan.
The way he moves his eyebrows is so funny. I love it.
I'm working on it, Uncle.
Having a predominantly Asian group of people both in front of and
Is that meant to be Yang Chen? I don't know.
having a predominantly Asian group of people both in front of and behind the camera is significant.
For the longest time as an actor of color, you don't get opportunities to play in these kinds of franchises. You have no idea how important that is and how many more voices people will find because of this.
Just a regular? Yeah, I know there were a bunch of leaks, like very high definition. I guess you can't even call them leaks. There were just like extras taking pictures of all the tattoos and stuff. So it could easily just be that, yeah.
Many more voices people will find because of this.
Here we go. Ready? Rolling.
I hope that fans say this is the live-action adaptation that we've always wanted.
Papa! Yip yip!
Shooting this show has been the most memorable experience of my life.
What? Why is he doing the JoJo lean? What is he doing? Why is he doing the JoJo lean?
Experience of my life.
It's not the power inside. What matters is
Okay. So we do see the fans. We do see the fans. Very good.
the power inside. What matters is the heart.
It's coming out of a place of love for who these people are that we're playing.
It just felt surreal getting to work with people who are so passionate about this project and really doing it justice.
We didn't make something that sort of alluded to it, but only took the title. We made
You better not.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
The world is on fire. People are dying.
There's a whole new generation of fans waiting to be introduced to this.
Yeah, I hope. Do they include that shot? I don't think they were going to.
Time to fight.
Is there like a... No, I don't think there is. Friggin' Boomy, we talked about this a couple of days ago. Boomy looks incredible. I'm really sad they didn't include the shot of like Aang scooting over the rock. That is like right out of the animation. I mean, like I said, this... Everything I see is incredible. Where is Paco? I didn't notice him. He's dripped out. Look at him. VFX team knocked it out of the park. Yes, it looks really good. Like my biggest thing is I really hope they can like hit the ground running with Aang's first appearance. Like the whole beam into the air, right? Because that is like supposed to be a moment of monumental importance. I love it. I wonder what this book is. We've seen this book a few times. I wonder what that is. When they're filming the area behind the camp on the top left. Probably not going to find it. Oh, the one where he's holding the book? Oh, there he is. I can see his head. Look at the top of his head. I do see him. Can I see his face? Oh, yeah, there he is. Yeah, I mean, I can barely see him. The book could just be a script. Yes, but we did see it in the show itself. It was in one of the trailers. Like he actually holds the book. So, I mean, it could be like a, you know, like a fourth wall breaky thing of them giving Aang some sort of book, but in reality, it is just the script. It happens a lot, you know, like hiding notes and stuff. I don't know. Wasn't there that scene very early in the show where they run into the pirates trying to scam them and then buy a map? They don't buy a map. They yoink the scroll. But yes, we have. I think the pirates are in, because all of this looks like the pirates stuff. Can't believe we're so close to release. Same. I'm gonna binge all of this, and this is what I mean, right? Like, by the way, there's like mountains more evidence, because now people are going through everything, right? People are going through like why Mike and Brian left the movie, why Mike and Brian left this, what Mike and Brian are doing. There's like people throwing around 100 different things at this point. And, I mean, like I said, I kind of want to talk about all of them, but we are so close to release that I'm just kind of like, I want to see the full thing. If you don't know, like, there's a bunch of theories flying around about how the reason why Mike and Brian left this is because they were trying to change a bunch of stuff, like, as we've heard now with the interviews, right? So maybe that's why they left. There is also a very different theory. Wait, hold on. Maybe I, let me check this. I think I retweeted it. Because there was another thing flying around that I have no means of verifying. Absolutely no means of verifying at all. So it's basically talking about why they left, right? Take this with a mountain of salt. A literal mountain. So this is basically talking about the reason why Mike and Brian left is Netflix is actually kind of the ones that pushed them out because they wanted to make completely fundamental changes, you know? And that's what I mean, like, there are so many different theories flying around now, and so many people with different stories about, like, what's going on behind the scenes, that I'm just like, just stop. Let's just wait for the show. I think, like, the worst thing that has happened is the interviews. Like, unironically, I think the most damage to the show has been done by all the interviews they're doing. Exactly. It's funny how much people go on the original creators and completely ignore Legend of Korra, which had the same creators. Exactly. Right. And that's what I mean. Like, I love their work, but I also, and keep in mind, like, going from animation to live action is a very, very different beast. It's very different. And they were involved with the original movie. And now they're probably doing different things, you know? I'm literally at this point, I'm just like, I don't care about all of these hypotheticals. Let's just watch the full thing. Isn't that like a good call? To wait for the actual thing before talking about the actual thing. I think the comic books are really good. I like the comic books. They have a very different vibe. I mean, because obviously they do, right? There's like no overarching story. But I liked it. I like the comics. I think the comics are great. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the original movie had Mike and Brian on board. That's what I mean. If Last of Us didn't have the original creators on board, nobody would say anything. Yeah, true. Because I think, like, Craig Mazin as a showrunner, he just did Chernobyl, right? And in order to do Chernobyl, you need to have a lot of respect. Not for the source material, but for history, right? This is not a show where you can do, like, oh, willy-nilly, I'll add things because of my own personal ego, right? No, you need to pay attention to the actual history. And I think that's the approach he took with The Last of Us. So with The Last of Us, it was literally like, the showrunner himself went into this thinking like, I am not changing anything. We are adapting things, no changes, right? And when you listen to the interviews, it's literally exactly that. So there, like, yeah, if the original creators weren't on board, it probably wouldn't have done anything, you know? Yeah, that's just like extra lore, I guess. Craig Mazin is incredible. I can't wait for whatever he does next. I mean, he's still doing The Last of Us, so that should be great. We don't technically know, like, very little is known about the original movie's production. Like, there was another post about, like, the way they changed names, right? Like, from Aang to Ong, and, like, how it's actually accurate, yada yada, you know? That's what I mean. Like, there is so much information flying around, I have no idea. Yeah, that is my theory as well. Like, the reason why they left the Netflix production is because of Avatar Studios. That's what I think as well. I think that's what makes most sense. Because, like, if you look at the timing, it's a literally multi-million-dollar deal. Those types of things don't just happen overnight. So, you know, it's definitely something that was in the works for a very, very long time. I've said this before, I think it happened during COVID when not One Piece, when Avatar topped Netflix for, like, a couple weeks. I think that's when Paramount realized that it has, like, a lot of value. And that's why they yoinked them. But anyway, basically, once again, everything I see, I am very, very optimistic. I'm never gonna use the freaking phrase cautiously optimistic ever again. I promise. I am optimistic. I am optimistic. Everything I see is good. That's not to say that there haven't been alarming things. I do think people are overreacting, but I also think there is reason to be slightly worried, which I still am. I still am. But I have very high hopes. We'll watch it. We'll talk about it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. I love this little video. This is something I'm very glad they put out. Definitely turn my worry levels are much lower. Same. And like the biggest thing like recently is the Aang stuff, right? Like the fact that Gordon himself says that. That's like okay. So you know that that's what it's supposed to be and not Jon Snow. Great. So that's like at least one thing. We'll see what they do with Sokka. We'll see what they do with that entire arc. And I'll be very curious to see, like, in terms of Aang, what they do with, like, Bato. Right? Because, like, Bato's whole story is also Aang being horrified of being alone. You know? And that's, like, a very important thing. I'll be curious to see how they do that. But we'll find out soon. It's literally 2 weeks. 2 weeks! And we'll find out. Walking Dead didn't have Kirkman on board, and the show was good. Kirkman was on board for the first three seasons, I think. I think season 4 or 5, he grew more distant and then he just left. And then they sued AMC. But yes, a lot of Walking Dead was very good, even without Kirkman. For a little while. Not for very long, but for a little while. Basically, my like opinion on the whole having the author on board and not having the author on board is I don't think it's like a universal solution, basically. I really don't. Because like with One Piece, we know that Oda was on board. And like if I think of an alternate universe where Oda is not on board, but we have the same exact team with like Matt Owens and everyone, I don't think it would have been much different. I don't. Because everything Matt Owens said was with immense respect to the source material, and I don't see that many changes coming from like Oda's involvement, you know? I think it's like a very much a case-by-case basis type of deal. Sometimes having the original creators on board changes nothing. Sometimes having the original creator on board changes everything. You know? Like with Game of Thrones, they ran out of source material and the story was just like, it fell off a cliff. So... And definitely there's another angle in terms of going from one medium to another, right? And that's what I mean by like adapting a 24-minute thing to 40 minutes. Very different beast. Completely different narrative structure. It's not, like 24-minute shows are vastly different. So, you know, it also doesn't translate directly to that. A lot of variables to go around. All of it eventually just comes back to just looking at what it is and, you know, trying to deconstruct it piece by piece. If it isn't finished, like the original isn't finished, then 100% you need to have the original creator on board. Yes. Yes. Most of the time, like the more people you get involved, the more points of failure there are, you know? That's why you'll notice when you read a book, the vision of the book is always consistent, because there's literally one person. Well, 99% of the time there's an editor as well. But, you know, most of the time, it's a very, very narrow, very, very limited vision. When you have hundreds of people on board and like a dozen other writers, the tone begins to bleed into different things. So if the original story is not there, then you just need to think of like a very constant through line, and then everyone needs to work from that single through line. Most shows fail on this, unfortunately. Exhibit A, Game of Thrones. Exhibit B, Walking Dead. I can't think of any other very bad ones off the top of my head. I guess Cowboy Bebop would also count, but Cowboy Bebop does have source material. It was just weird. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Cowboy Bebop was just a very weird one. Season 5 still had book material, and they still missed with a lot of the storylines. Yes, and that's what I mean by like, I think it's a matter of expectations, you know? I think they were thinking that we're gonna run out of the books, and now we're going to have to pivot in a different direction. And then they were already sort of missing the hindsight of the books. Because I think a lot of adaptations do benefit like massively from having the benefit of hindsight. being able to leverage things that only happen later is something that I feel like can be quantified. And I think we're going to see this on full display. We've already seen it on full display with One Piece, by the way, with all the little things sprinkled in throughout. We're going to see this with Avatar as well. All the extra lore that they're going to add in Season 1 is going to benefit them massively. With Game of Thrones, they just didn't have that. So even the book material they did have couldn't leverage like what comes after. February 22nd, right? Yes. February 22nd, we'll be back. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to stream it on the main channel or on this channel. Because I wouldn't be against doing it on the main channel, but I just literally do not trust YouTube not to like do some weird shenanigans. And then because I stream once on the main channel, it's like, oh, so you're live streaming now. I'm not going to show your videos to anyone. I'm very scared about that. So we'll see what happens.